Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2011 edition of the Whiskey Flat Days Rodeo. Well, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our Wild West Cowgirls making their way in the arena. Well, ladies and gentlemen, our Wild West Cowgirls making their way in, and they'll be entertaining your folks here this afternoon for your enjoyment. How about a nice round of applause for them, if you would? Well, the Wild West Cowgirls from Bakersfield, California, opening our ceremony here this afternoon and bringing the colors that we love best, and that is our red, white, and blue. You know, ladies and gentlemen, along with the Fly New Rodeo Company of Marysville, California, they produce some of the largest and the biggest rodeos around the western part of the United States, and also award-winning livestock, and also the Stock Contractor of the Year, the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association. Now, with that being said, the Whiskey Flat Days is a different type of rodeo. It also allows some of our local contestants in the area to have fun and bring back the rodeo the way it was many, many years ago. This afternoon, you're also going to see some young bulls, some of them making their very first debut in the sport of rodeo that'll be bucking out. Some of them go back to the breedings of werewolf and the famous reindeer dipping, as well as many other bloodlines that are here represented. So the Cowboys haven't seen some of them. The Bulls haven't seen the Cowboys, so it could be an interesting afternoon. You know, the sport of rodeo has grown throughout the years, and on television and also on radio and on the internet, it's become big, big business. And when you talk about the livestock industry and the breeding program that they have established, millions of dollars are invested each year in the sport of professional rodeo. We'd also, too, like to thank some of our sponsors this year for being a part of our rodeo once again. Ewing's on the Kern. Well, they had a live band last night. They're going to have another one tonight, so stop on down there and have a great time. We'd also like to thank McNally's Fairview Lodge, Century 21 Real Estate, Lake Isabella Realty Incorporated, and Thomas Refuge Service. We'd also, too, like to thank, ladies and gentlemen, Bank of America, another one of our sponsors, the Gold Coast Casino in Las Vegas, Wrangler Jeans, Resistol, Best All Around, Jim Burke Ford, where you can check out what they've got models for the 2011 right behind the grandstand, Samstown Hotel and Gambling Hall, and we'd also like to thank Table Mountain Casino of Bryant, California, providing our scoreboard right up on top. Well, ladies and gentlemen, right now we'd like to bring in our California state flag. Our California state flag, ladies and gentlemen, representing here and some of our cowboys around in the Kernville area. And Mr. Tony Kane bringing in our flag right now, and our Cowboys and Cowgirls making their way in as well. You know, when it comes to taking out the bulls, we've got some of the best in the business. Mr. Buckshot Tipton, along with Tony Kane and Jimmy Andrus, they'll be making sure our livestock leaves the arena and our Cowboys are protected at all times. So these are just some of our contestants that you'll see this afternoon in competition to win a few extra bucks to start off our rodeo season, you might say, in the Golden State of California. Well, ladies and gentlemen, how about a round of applause for them, if you would? You know, ladies and gentlemen, we are here for a lot of reasons this afternoon, and some of those reasons is the men and women of our veterans of foreign wars who have so gallantly served our country, past, present, and future. You know, it takes a lot of sacrifices to do what they do. If you've served in the military, or if you've had one of your family members, you realize that. You realize the sacrifices that they make. To our men and women who are in Afghanistan and Iraq and many other hot places, you might say, around the globe, we say thank you to you for protecting this country's liberty and freedom. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a round of applause for our military today? And as we talk and we think about them as well, we also, the things that they have done, and also the country that they love, and that's why they do it. We'd also like to introduce a young lady right now, ladies and gentlemen. She reigns as Miss Junior, Miss Tehachapi Rodeo, Taylor Kramer. How about a round of applause for this beautiful young lady? Representing the Tehachapi Rodeo, ladies and gentlemen, in August. One of the great rodeos out here in the great state of California as well. And you know, at this time too, we'd like to take this moment for a very, very special dedication here this afternoon. You know, they're part of your community, part of the people that have made the Kernville Rodeo for many years what it is. We want to take this time right now to say goodbye. Nelda Bartell, an icon of the Kern River Valley, went to be with the Lord on Wednesday, February the 16th. Owner of Nelda's Diner since 1972 to 2002, and bass singer for the California Gold Rush Quartet. And local Sweet Adeline chapter, Nelda influenced many people during her life. She gave first job to countless teens, some of whom have said that changed their lives. Friends have said that she was like a mother to them, and she always had enough to go around for everyone. She was a very special mother and role model to her children, Cheryl of Cheryl's Diner of Kernville, Francine, formerly of Francine's Restaurant in Mount Mesa, and most recently music teacher, and Frank's Diner, and most recently owner of Nelda's in Isabel. Her legacy of hard work, music, and fun lives on with her kids, her grandkids, and her great-grandkids, and great-great-grandkids, to whom she had 5. She never quit singing, spending nearly 40 years in the Sweet Adeline, singing in the choir at Mountain View Church, in the gospel quartet, rehearsing with her and her last days of life. She loved the Lord Jesus Christ and her family and just about everybody she met. She especially loved her life here in the Kern River Valley, and just like the song says, she lived till she died. Ladies and gentlemen, just please, a moment of silence. Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you right now a flag that flies over our great nation and has served our military, our beautiful red, white, and blue of Old Glory.
You ask me why I love her? Well, give me time. I'll explain. You seen a Kansas sunset or an Arizona rain? Have you drifted on a bayou down Louisiana way? Have you watched the cold fog drifting over San Francisco Bay? Have you heard a Bob White calling in the Carolina pines, or heard the bellow of a diesel at the Appalachia mines? Does the call of the Niagara thrill you when you hear her waters roar? You look with awe and wonder at her Massachusetts shore, where men who braved a hard new world first stepped on Plymouth's rock. You think of them when you stroll along a New York City dock? Have you seen a snowflake drifting in the Rockies way up high? Have you seen the sun come blazing down from a bright Nevada sky? You hail to the Columbia as you rush into the sea, how you're headed Gettysburg, our struggle to be free. Have you seen the mighty Tetons? You watched an eagle soar? Have you seen the Mississippi roll along Missouri's shore? Have you felt a chill at Michigan when on a winter's day her waters rage along the shore in thunderous display? Does the word aloha make you warm? Do you stare in disbelief when you see the surf come roaring in at Waimea Reef? From Alaska's cold to the Everglades, from the Rio Grande to Maine, my heart cries out, my pulse runs fast, the might of her domain. You ask me why I love her? I've a million reasons why. My beautiful America, beneath God's wide, wide sky.
gentlemen, if we could have you please remain standing, if we would, with your hats removed, to the playing of America's #1 song, our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rugged red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Wild West Cowgirls. In our opening ceremony, we want to thank them, and we also want to thank our cowboys and cowgirls. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to rodeo on a Kernville Sunday afternoon.
If that bothers you, well, that's too bad.
Well, all of our mutton busters are getting ready down at our bucking chute. We're going to be underway with them in just a few moments. Well, the Wild West Cowgirls, along with their California flag, and our contestants make their way out. We'd also like to introduce, ladies and gentlemen, our rodeo judges and officials, Mr. Bill Pacheco and Principal Dennis Lewis. Brett Brand out there today. And we'd also like to thank our cowboys on horseback, Buckshot Tipton, Tony Kane, and Jimmy Andress. Our bullfighters, Mr. Brian Woolley and Dominic George. And our